costs a lot of money to tear that brick down, 'cause you got to haul it off, but you just never know if somebody's still living here. I mean, you know, I know nobody's living here. I know nobody's living there. So I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up down the street. Right there's the tracks. This is 40th and Washington Street. And we're going to take a look around and see what's happening. No, nobody's living there. I hope not. It's got bars up there, so we're going to respect that. I'm not quite sure how that rolls, but hopefully we don't. Hopefully nobody does live in here. I mean, it's pretty bad. So, I suggest to you guys, if you're an urban explorer, come up with a new one. Tell people you're an investor in the property and you want to buy it. You want to tear it down and make something nice. They usually get you through it. Here's the side of this house. Windows open, as you can see. And what I tell you guys, every time I go to one of these places, look at this. Just completely rotted out. Even the bricks on this one's fallen through, see it? No, I'm not going in there. Why would I? Garbage, garbage, garbage. All right, we're looking for the familiar ones. We're looking for car parts, tiles, and shoes. And I'm sure it's somewhere in all that garbage. Not to get too much in that and get sidetracked on the real mission here. But moral story is people pull up and down these alleys and they just throw their trash everywhere. They don't care. Not saying all people, but there's some people, you know, like in life, they ruin it for everybody. Here's the back to this house next door to it. This is completely fallen down and it's going back into the ground, it looks like. Look at the front of it. That was the garage. Hey, that's a good frame, still holding, huh? This is what it looks like for the eyes of a resident from here. Right there's the tile place that we did. You can see the tile sign in between the trees there. Let me see if I can put right there. That's Glen Park Tile. This is right behind it. When me and my boy pulled up here, we're like, oh my God, look at this place. There's what the buildings look like behind it. Let's move on down the street. I'm gonna walk down this way and turn around and come back this way. This is the house that really got my attention. Look at this. This is the street. Look. Just look at it. Even when you people who've seen it all, and I pretty much like to think I have seen it all, look at this. It's just everywhere. You can't even get to the door. Look. There's the mattress. See if you find a familiar suspect. Up. I got the mattress. I got the shoe. We need a car part, alcohol bottles. No car parts? No, usually the cowards throw their car parts in abandoned buildings and garages. But I can't believe how bad this place is. This is really bad. So anyway, this is 3965 Washington Street. Did I say 40th Avenue? If I did, I apologize. My boys, Social Rec and my brother couldn't come out with me today, so I thought I'd do a couple randoms, and I kept eyeballing this one, but every time I want to do it, they want to do something else. And it's usually something better, but look at this. just it's unbelievable to be around it. I mean, it's one thing to watch it on camera, I'm sure. Man, place is tore up. That's 3963. You see it's had tape on it one time. Here's the other side of the fence. Look at that. Alright, I don't want to drag this on too much. I'm trying to capture the way I'm seeing it. This is a shame, isn't it? There's a good thumbnail. Let me see if I can get this. What about the kids? That's all I'm saying. This is the sidewalk. This is the public sidewalk. This is public property. They will give you a ticket for parking on the side of the street, but they won't get in any trouble for leaving this like this. This is horrible. City of Gary, you know what? I'm not gonna start a war with you, but I am here from Gary my whole life, and lived here in the 80s when things got really bad, with crack and all that stuff like that. We need to do something for the kids. And that seems like they're not interested unless there's money to be made, you know. Greasing each other's palms, that's kind of how it goes. I see a picture over here. Just gone. Just garbage everywhere. The elements have gotten in here. Rain, snow. It's just weakened the structure, and this porch is good to go, but one point in time, I guess this is a nice little spot. Look at this. Can you imagine this being nice and new and freshly painted and safe without all the garbage? But garbage. Every now and then I gotta pop back out there and check on my wheels, you know what I'm saying? I ain't scared. Alright, she's still good. Right there, that's Glen Park Tile. And if you see on one of our videos, you'll see this church in the background. I'm gonna go check that out too. Social Rec was kind of obsessed with that church for a few minutes. Never got a chance to do it because we got so much other things to do, so that's what I'm trying to do for you guys. I'm trying to give you a feel of the whole block itself. There's another house. That church is active because when we came out here and we were looking at this one, we actually had people come out here and stare us down like we were doing something wrong. Too late to be staring at people. Should have stared at the people who caused this disaster, not the ones filming it. That's what everybody says, heard. Look at this. 3943. Let's see if it's structured. Look at the inside of this place. Whew. Washington Street Tragedy. That's going to be the thumbnail name of this one. I don't know how else to describe it. No, I'm not walking in on that. And I'm not going in there without a mask on. This is what it looks like. Look at this. And right next to us, open church. You know? Hey, church members, you want to see how back in the days when my aunts and everybody ran church, if they was something like this, they take it upon themselves to come out here and do something. So Temple of God Church. This place is active because I've seen people in here. There it is. Temple of God Church. Bishop James Tidwell. Respectfully, Mr. James Tidwell and your people who attend your church, maybe you guys should come out here and take it upon yourselves to clean it up. I'm not out of line, am I? Not being sarcastic, am I? I'm just saying, this is what they're looking at when they come in and out the doors. Park along here, and look at all this, and nothing's done. There's another building. This is right across the street from the church. This is 3936. Tragedy. Just tragic. However, there's a cool shot over here. I got to get it, man. Oh, look at the basement. Between the buildings. Holy, you fill in the blanks. You guys, you describe it for me. Start letting you guys do some interactive suggestions. And yes, if you have been leaving, I should do this, I should do that. I do see them. However, I'm getting a lot of, when I go home and open up the laptop, I got like 20 people asking questions. So, if I can get right back to you, I promise I will eventually. There's another one right here next to it. That one's all burnt up and gone. Got some young bucks behind me. Hopefully I don't have to demonstrate my karate moves and my urban skills on them, but if I do, I'll put the camera up so you can watch. Here's the next one. They come crossing the street too. What's happening, young man? Not much. You guys live around here?
I live down the street.
You guys ever watch YouTube?
Yeah.
Alright, back to what we're doing here. This is 3950. This is an old apartment building. Southland Development. These young men walking down the street. I turned the camera off and talked to them for a minute, and I told them, I said, this is not fair that you kids, 15-year-old kids, have to walk up and down the streets and look at this mess. Gary, Indiana, the representatives, politicians, come on. You know, it's not about us, but there's a problem here. There's a problem with these youth. They grow up and look at this all the time, and they think this is how the whole world is. When I was coming up in Gary, I thought the whole world was like this. Everybody was crooked, everything's about money. They're not going to worry about you selling drugs, shooting people, burning down buildings, jacking people on the corners, but they worry about you walking through here and taking videos of the aftermath. I don't play that. I'm Steel City Storm, and that's why I'm the Storm. Here's this cool church that sits across the street. The Spirit of the Living God. Teachers of the living world of the living Word of God. Well, something needs to be done about this. This has gotten out of hand, and these buildings all need to be torn down. These are big old apartment buildings. I mean, they're huge. At one point in time, you know, they were really, really nice, I imagine. And now they're just sitting here and have no purpose other than just taking up space in an eyesore. I know it costs a lot of money to tear them down, but come on. Doesn't mean you don't have to do it, right? So this is a pretty cool, creepy looking church. You can see it's starting to Structure's starting to fall through on that. Won't be a matter of time for that all falls in. I don't know if there's anybody still attends this church here. But there's the side of it. 3956. Spirit of the Living God. The Spirit of the Living God. Okay. I feel the Spirit of God. It tells me to open up my mouth and talk because nobody else will. Does that make me a bad person? I don't think so. Dangerous. As you can see, it's all bolted down, I'm sure, so nobody can get in here and mess with it, but you know, I'm an experienced urban explorer. I looked through the mail slot. That is what is in there left. It looks pretty gutted. Oh wow, looks cool. Looks pretty creepy. Get in that one. One day. I'm not gonna break anything to get in it, but I got a lady standing over next door. Whipped out her phone and started texting. Kind of makes me nervous being around here sometimes, but there's a doorbell. This old structure. Yeah, I don't think you can hold church in something like this now. So usually the back doors are busted open. No. Let's take a look. As you can see, all the wood is starting to crack and rot. No, it's not open. Actually, it's all bolted in. I got a neighbor over there watching me. So anyway, we're gonna get on out of this one. I just want to take a walk around, look at the condition of it. Pretty jacked up, actually. $39, $38. Don't get me wrong. If the door's open, I will push it open and look. I got a lady over here standing next door, texting, probably telling somebody else out here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's just texting, but it's very funny. She just walked out and started looking at me, I guess, because I got a camera and I'm a white boy and I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know what the problem is. Because they had no problem, didn't call the police on nobody else. Now when they were burning up these buildings and savaging all the hardware out of it, everything that's usable out of it. But that's a nice apartment building too, the lady's over it. So there's this, there's the church. You can see it's pretty much just right. You can see that right there. It's all starting to rot out right there. It'll all be crumbling soon. All right, here we go. Hi. I'm all right. How you doing? There's a nice apartment building here, it seems like. 1974. There's where we started off at over there. And here's the last one on the block. So that's going to conclude my 39th and Washington Tragedy Street. That's what I'm going to call it. It is tragic. And it's all over the place. If you're liking the videos and you're digging what I'm doing, please leave a comment. If you have suggestions, please leave those. Other than that, if you got something sarcastic or smart to say, I'm just going to delete you, your comment, and then I'm going to go to your page. I'm going to delete you so you can't look at any more videos. So the choice is yours. You can't stop trolls. They're just like people in life. No matter where you go, you're going to run into people who just don't want anybody to do anything like themselves. But that's not how the storm rolls. Anyway, I'm the Steel City Storm, and this is the 39th and Washington Street Tragedy.